I've never heard anybody else, I don't think, use the terminology that money is fuel. But I myself stumbled upon that a few months ago when I was really thinking about this because I read a book by Randy Alcorn. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's a
Yeah.
pretty well known writer, and he's written a lot on the subject of giving. And in the book that he wrote, I think the title was "Giving Is the Good Life," and I read it and I couldn't tell if I don't know, I couldn't tell if I was being just convicted by it or if I was because by the time you get to the end of the book, he gives you the idea that, yeah, money is, of course, not evil in itself. But at the same time, throughout the book, it was basically give away everything you have, sort of idea. And I'm like, I don't know. I just find it interesting that if you attach morality to, um, to money, it just seems like a mistake. It's that's when it starts to consume you, versus if you just look at it as fuel for whatever you're actually trying to accomplish, be it giving to missions or changing the world or either just changing your family, living a nice, life for your family and doing some giving along the way. Either way, money is just fuel. Any other important thoughts just come to mind around that idea?
As you were talking about the different things that you do with money, I think it's helpful to think about a few references or layers that I think it helps create a healthier perspective about money. So the first thing I would look at is how are you as an individual relating to money, right? So when you look at your income, when you look at your consumption, look at the things that you're doing with money by yourself, right? Are those things reflective of your belief system? There's no right or wrong answer on that because we all live in different areas of the country. We all have different costs
Yes.
of living. We all have different careers and jobs. But is what you're doing with your money reflective of your belief system? Then the next thing you need to do is, all right, so now after you've stepped aside from yourself, what are you doing to protect your family now and tomorrow with the resources that God has given? Right. So that is providing shelter, healthcare, providing for education, whatever it is that
Yes.
you feel your family is being called to provide. Right. Then you look at your community. Could be your local community, could be your church community. How is your giving habits after you've taken care of those core needs, core necessities, present and future? How are you then engaging with others to further the preaching of the gospel and the expansion of God's work? And then you go global, right? So I think it's all about balance and having a layered approach to what we're doing. I think it's just as much a mistake to say, hey, you should give everything you have as saying you should give nothing, right? There's got to
Yes.
be a middle ground where we're balancing our core needs, our future needs, and also the giving piece, which I think should be part of everyone's financial plan ideally.